So my name is Jeffrey Gap, and I'm a product manager for Woodwing. Woodwing is a company that produces content creation tools and digital asset management tools. They're commonly known as Woodwing Studio, Woodwing Assets, and Woodwing Swivel. Our tools are used by a wide variety of different kinds of publishers, marketing companies, advertisers throughout the world to help them essentially what we call do content orchestration. I kind of work in conjunction with both the product development team here at Woodwing, and then we have a professional services team. They put together solutions for the customers who are using our products, and they integrate our products with a variety of other tools. It's wide and vast, the number of tools that our customers request. Woodwing itself was the owner, or still is the owner of two different kinds of automation tools. Both of those tools are essentially on-premise tools, if you will. Right? They could be used in the cloud, but they had some limitations. One, the foundational code base was quite old. Two, to put them into our Woodwing cloud platform would have been expensive to do based on how they were designed. So we made a decision that we needed to move into a different space, if you will. We wanted to take a look at iPaaS tools. We wanted to see what else was out there because we actually considered building our own platform. But the more we looked, the less we thought that was a good idea. We ended up reducing that list down to 5. And once we got through that list, it became very apparent that Workato was the tool that we wanted to work with and we felt would be the most productive. Our process is if a customer comes to us and says, as all customers do when you're selling systems, they'll say, can you do this? And so one of the things we wanted to be able to do was instead of telling the customer that we can do this and then they just say, yeah, sure, okay. We wanted to show them. So a great example is where we wanted to do AI tagging with one of our favorite tools, Clarify. So we built the AI tagging tool. I built it actually, and it took me about an hour. And the vast majority of the time that was spent during that hour was learning the API on the Clarify side. Really, the thing that got us to choose Workato was we just felt that the platform was modern. The UI was fantastic. And the methodology, actually, the idea of connectors and recipes really fit with the way that we were thinking about how we wanted to use the tool and how we wanted our customers to interact with the tool. This idea that you can build a connector to encapsulate the API of another system and then guide the users through what they need to do with that connector was very, very important to us because, again, it's this idea of being able to get a customer up and running with an integration that they want very quickly. The other thing about connectors, too, is that there are tools to build them quickly using things like Open API bits, right, to be able to read in APIs and do work with them. So those combinations of those things really helped us out in making the decision to go with Workato. What's the thing that would bring us the biggest impact to show customers? And it was about AI tagging, right? That concept, that AI tagging really kind of shows how fast we can build something. And so Workato kind of stepped us through generating the connector for our digital asset management system, and then using the connector, and then how long did it take us to do that? And from beginning to end, I think that was a week to 2 weeks of time. We built a recipe, showed that we could do the end goal, and that's how we came to the decision with Workato. Is it was very smooth, very apparent that there was quite a bit of value in the tool. It's this idea of tagging the context of the photo so that users can then find it later. But it's so much more than that, because you can feed not only current images into an AI tool, but one of the big things that we talk about is taking a 50-year record of images that you have, and you can feed them into an AI tool, get back the contextual information about that image. And suddenly now your library has become that much more valuable because you can find the thing that you're looking for. There's really essentially two use cases. The first one is, which I just kind of described, is a photographer uploads a photo to your system. And as it comes in, the AI tagging service will take that image, pass it to the service, clarify, and then return the metadata about that image, right? That it's a soccer player, they're scoring a goal, whatever else, their green field, right? And so that's essentially tagging on the ingestion into your digital asset management system. So the other example is that a user can select an image that's already in the system, but maybe an older image, right? It could be, say, 20 years old. And they can say, I want to tag this image. And then the image is sent to the AI tagging service and returned with all of the context about the images. You can actually do some interesting things where you can chain services together. It's a really cool way of being able to get additional value out of the already existing assets you have. And I've been talking a lot about artificial intelligence, but we use the Workato tool to do quite a bit more than that. We've integrated it with project planning tools. Monday.com is an example, right? In fact, I'm doing another integration right now with a photo editor. And so there's lots of things that we're using the Workato tool in our Woodwing Connect platform now to be able to connect our tools to other systems and other tools for that matter. We've reduced the amount of time it takes us to build an integration by half, but you've really cut down the amount of time that it takes to do this thing for this customer, this proof of concept for them. So it's a big deal in the case of helping to push sales, right? When a customer asks, can you do this? And you show that to them, it just shows the capability and flexibility of your system to work within their environment. Customers, for the most part, let us build their integrations, right? So the benefit that they get from that is that the integration that we build them, it's pretty quick to bring to market. And it's, for us, it's also standardized across multiple customers, right? So when we built the connector, that's used in every integration that we build. The logic in the recipes is different based on the requirements for the customer, but it's something that logic for any of our team members to go in and take a look at is very straightforward. That's a big deal, right? And there are some other benefits and things like the tooling provided within a recipe to be able to notify either us or a customer if there's a problem with the data, things like that. Those are all things that, of course, you include within your integration, but it's so much easier to do it within Workato.